What's up, folks? This is Jason Gwoznicki with the Outerhaven. It's day 3. We're tired. Lights at the end of the tunnel, but we still got some big hitters. I'm here with Allen Fong. He's the COO of Runic Games. He's been working on Hob. He just let me play it for a little bit. It was awesome. Say hi to the folks, Allen.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for playing, Jason. It's a pleasure having you by. Really loved having you check out the game and having you experience it.
Yeah, well, I had a blast. You know what? I had assumed that Hob was kind of going to be a bit more puzzly, a bit slower, but it's not. You know, you're running through, you're platforming, you're hacking and slashing. So why don't you tell the folks a little bit about this game, your influences, you know, what inspired you when you started this project?
Yeah, I mean, coming into this project, as a team, we came together and we talked a lot about what we want to make, and we talked a lot about the games that we love playing and that really inspire us as gamers and developers. A couple of titles that really came through were games like Journey, Shadow of the Colossus, Ico, and what we came to as we built this game was we wanted to make a game that was really really engaging as an environment, and we wanted to tell a story that we could do without any dialogue, without any kind of interactions with NPCs, and really focus on your engagement through the game itself.
Yeah, folks, so I'm sorry. I can't tell you who Hob is. He wouldn't tell me. I'm sorry, folks. Can't get that scoop. Combat. So tell us a little bit about that. So we got, so what are your inspirations with that?
Yeah, I mean, for the combat, we wanted to make something that felt really visceral and engaging, but also challenging at the same time. Add a little bit of strategy in there. So we wanted to utilize a lot of the skills that you could pick up as a player to not just get through the world and traverse and solve puzzles, but also treat a lot of our combat situations as puzzles in themselves.
Yeah, one of the things I noticed was, like, with a boss, I had to use my abilities to individually break off pieces of that boss's armor. That was sweet. Check it out in our gameplay, folks. But another thing I noticed, aside from the combat, was this world that we're moving through. You know, it's not so much an environment as it's one big machine. So, you know, how does that play in with not just your story, but your design philosophy?
Yeah, one of the core things we really want to do that to make this game unique was make the world something that you could transform as a player. So as you play through and you go through the game, you end up finding areas that are locked up for you, that you have to solve a large puzzle in order to actually literally shift the world and transform it so you can access those areas.
Yeah, very cool. So obviously I just kind of played through a little slice here, but in the final game, there's kind of going to be this big world, and you're going to be going back and forth between different places, revisiting, kind of in sort of Metrovania sense.
Yeah, that was definitely a huge inspiration for how we designed the game. Like Metroid, Castlevania, and those games that really created an open world where you could traverse back over, pick up new abilities and unlock new areas. That's definitely a core element of Hob itself. And the game itself is entirely open world that streams, and as you play through. So as you walk through different areas, you'll be able to unlock new zones. You'll run through large chasms that eventually open up for you as a player. Awesome.
And, you know, speaking of abilities, that was another thing that, you know, I didn't anticipate coming into it. I unlocked a cool ability, got to slingshot around. So that's going to be something that's going throughout the game very much in that, you know, Legend of Zelda Ratchet and Clank kind of progression system. So, you know, how expansive would you say, without, you know, spoiling too much for the folks at home, how expansive would you say that ability set is?
We have a number of abilities that we haven't revealed yet. This is the first one that we're showing right now, but we're really excited about the other ones, and we'll show some more and also keep some for when you play the game, finally when it release.
Okay. Not spoiling too much because, you know, like Allen said before, this is going to be one of those emergent games. So something where the story, you know, is going to be told through the game, right?
Yep.
You're not going to be writing it. We got to just play it and figure it out for ourselves. I had a blast with it, folks. I recommend you all check it out when it comes out. And speaking of which, obviously you guys don't have a release date yet, but do you have a proximate window at all?
Nothing that we're talking about yet.
Okay. Allen's playing coy, folks. Well, I had a pleasure today. Allen, thank you very much.
Jason, it's a pleasure all mine. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Folks, this has been Jason with the Outerhaven, with Allen Fong, COO of Runic Games. We're here with Hob. We're still at PAX East 2016, Day 3. Keeping it real, folks.